Michael Viewmaster Morlan here, and welcome to Galactic Inquiry. Coming up, an interview with weird girl and cosplayer Kelli Nova. An unusual visitor comes to set. Star Citizen fan art, videos, and more coming up right after this. Hey, welcome to episode 4 of Galactic Inquiry, the weekly webcast where we feature you, the community of Star Citizens. You know, a lot of new things popping out of the woodwork at Cloud Imperium this week. The Gladius Light Fighter was released into the wild. Check that out. And check this out, a sneak peek at the real-life Connie scale model currently under development. Meanwhile, CIG shot right through 48 million in pledges, and Chris Roberts added an exciting new stretch goal, alien languages. That's right. Now, real-world linguists will be developing a robust language for the Vandul, the Xi'an, and the Banu, so I'm really looking forward to that. Hey, we got our very first gift at Galactic Inquiry from Albatross Interstellar, all the way from the Terra system at Arkham Prime. We got, look at this, patches. Look at these are awesome. That says the cat's meow. And I got here, let's get a little shoulder patch there. Maybe that would be a lapel patch, wouldn't it? That'd be kind of nice right there. So, thanks guys, appreciate that. And we got a letter from Inside the Verse from Chief Executive Officer Charles Duncan, who writes, at one point, I don't need to tell you how important it is to have entertainment options readily available to spacing crews, especially when out on long runs. So we couldn't agree more with that. Thank you so much. This is pretty amazing. And we're going to be keeping these on our jackets when we get them. So thanks for that. Hey, we have a great show for you this week, starting right now with the Word of the Week.
Word of the Week. The word of the week is Vantablack.
The astronomical photogs among you will know why this is our Word of the Week. A team of British researchers has created a material so black you can't see it. The new material absorbs all but 0.035% of visible light, making it the blackest substance on Earth. The usual contours of ordinary objects disappear when coated with this substance's carbon nanotubes, making the object look pretty much like a black hole in space. So why do photographers care? Well, because calibration. Vantablack can be useful for calibrating astronomical cameras, telescopes, and infrared scanning systems. But don't pry open your wallet just yet. If you have to ask, you can't afford it. But for some reason, the CDC sent us a small sample, so we thought we'd show it. Oh,
Oh, it's on. Hi, I'm a single sock seeking another single sock. No, that's too prosaic. Hi, I'm looking for the perfect mate. Pink hair, tan color. No, that sounds racist. Hi, I'm open-minded, young in spirit, seeking my soulmate. No, that's too wimpy. Hello there, Twinkle Toes. Want to ride my rocket? Looking for the perfect all-weather sock? From hiking the mountains of Venus to skimming the outer reaches of Orion's belt? No, no one would believe that about me. Hi, my name is Single Sock. I know I'm not the most special sock in the world. I just work in a regular spaceship. My boss is a pain in the neck. I like playing space games. I wish I knew a sock who was, well, not exactly like me really, but you know, just a match. Someone to share this journey with me. You don't have to be just like me. Just like me. And I'll like you back. Thanks.
Are we back? And now here's the news. From the world of real aerospace news, last week we featured a DIY blueprints project posted on Hackaday.io. It turns out Hackaday is offering their very own version of an X Prize. That's right, Hackaday and engineering service Supplyframe have created the Hackaday Prize. Your mission? Create the coolest open source hardware or software project you can think of. The grand prize is a trip into space on the carrier of your choice. Now let me say that again. You can win a trip to space. The judges are a veritable who's who of the maker community, so put your tinkering caps on and dream big, because apparently the sky is not the limit. Wes Bell is taking the week off, so we close the news with this cautionary story. The next time you're scheming to sell your valuables to finance that latest ship in your hangar, consider what this Chinese couple did to support their free-to-play habit. GamesInAsia.com recently reported that Ahui and Amei had their first child last year and quickly realized they had neither the desire nor the means to support the baby. So they sold the infant to traffickers to support their online gaming addiction. Then they had another child, and again, it was decided to sell the baby, especially as Amei revealed her husband likes buying items on online games and staying out all night at internet cafes. Ahui's father, who was aware of what the couple were doing with the kids, finally reported the problem to police, and the two are now in jail awaiting trial and sentencing for the crime of selling children. So the next time you're just don't. And that's, well, almost your aerospace news. At Galactic Inquiry, we're always looking for your creations. And here's what we found on the Intertubes this week. Well, first up, the next great starship presented an excellent opportunity to see some great ship design and building. Lexxen didn't have his Alexander Advanced Weapons Class Destroyer ready in time for TNGS, but we can show it here. His RSI forum thread is pretty large, but he includes his latest design work in the top post, so check it out there. Head on over and tell him what you think. Next, check out Steve Atros Boggle's new digital magazine, CITIZENRY. Inspired by Jump Point magazine and focused on the modding community, Steve is bringing his background in multimedia design and TV production to produce a publication that promises to be a nice addition to the Star Citizen cultural lexicon. You can subscribe to Citizenry in the iTunes store. Look for the link in his RSI forum thread. Now, a lot of citizens are creating videos of their Arena Commander experiences, but Alpha is one citizen taking it to the next level. Here's an excerpt from his latest. And finally, in the same spirit, Duck for Cover John decided to try his hand at landing on, well, every conceivable surface he could find, with varying amounts of success. But the really cool moment in this video is when he ejects from his ship and decides to simply keep falling for as long and as far as he can, right through the map boundary field and all the way down through the flares of the energy beams. Now, if you've been curious just how far the rabbit hole goes, now you know. A big thanks to Lexxen, Atros, Alpha, and Duck for Cover John. You're on this week's Fan Frequency. In a moment, Weird Girl and cosplayer Kelli Nova joins us. But first, we have a very special guest in the studio, Proteus Boreas de St. Vincent, a representative of the microbe delegation visiting Earth from the Mu-Ari's solar system. So, Pro, may I call you Pro?
I'd rather you didn't.
Okay. Well, Proteus, this is the first time we've actually interviewed a microscopic guest. Are you comfortable in there?
Do you have any plankton?
Yeah. No, sorry.
That's okay.
So, what is this message you would like most to get across to humans on Earth?
Our species is not asexual. We lack sex.
Oh, well, so Mu-Ari needs more women.
What are women?
We have genders here on Earth. I suppose you don't have genders?
You know, we are not the simple can do things think we are. Our genome has 290 billion base pairs, 100 times more than humans. We can evolve in anything.
Of course, I didn't mean to offend. So, do your kind like to play space games?
We are mostly into water sports on my planet.
Can you describe one of your sports?
There is this one game where we add water to a salt bath and the amoebas get inside and get bigger and bigger and then they explode.
That doesn't really sound like a sport.
Well, you have to move fast to get away from the exploding amoebas.
On Earth, a sport tests the physical and mental skills of the participants.
Why?
It's one of the ways we push ourselves to be better humans.
Oh, we just like to make things explode.
So, have you watched our show?
We just watched Galactic Inquiry episode 3 in our hotel room. We love tribbles. We would like to see more tribble episodes on human television.
Oh, do you get television back home on your planet?
Yeah, season 3 of Star Trek just started. Don't tell me what happens.
3, you mean the original series?
What do you mean?
The one where James T. Kirk is the captain.
Of course, wow. Does it explode?
Oh, I won't ruin it for you.
Because that would be so awesome.
So, how do you travel to Earth? If I note correctly, the Muari solar system is some 50 light years from our planet.
We generally catch rides on comets or meteors that travel the warp stream.
Warp stream. Oh, can you explain that to our viewers?
Oh, sure. It's like a ghost stream. It's a space warp that flows basically in a large circle throughout the galaxy. You can jump in anywhere and just jump off wherever you want.
Huh. Well, you really seem to know a lot about planet Earth.
We used to listen to Blue Whale radio a lot when I was a kid.
Blue whale radio?
Yeah, nobody can listen to those dolphins anymore. They just rant these days.
Well, thank you for joining us, Paradius.
Thank you for having me.
Earlier this week, we had a chance to sit down with weird girl Kelli Nova and her husband Ace for a fireside chat. As part of our informal series about women and men playing together, we have a couple, Kelli and Reese Nova. Hi, welcome here. You do cosplay.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about some of the fun you have with that.
I love dressing up and I love making things, and I found a way to put them together, and it's cosplay. And my favorite costume that I have right now is Talizor from Mass Effect. And it is space related, so it's a full space suit. Basically, if she isn't in her special suit, she will die because her immune system isn't built up really at all. So anything can kill her, basically. So I'm covered head to toe in this awesome suit.
It is very awesome. We saw that at the RTX.
Thank you very much. It's also very, very steamy. So
I was wondering how you wore that helmet without it just becoming a fog plate.
it
does.
is. Yeah.
Which is actually perfect because in the game, her
You can't see
helmet
her
is
face.
very foggy.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, like, how she actually survives. So I just headcanon, she has a cooling system in her suit.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's space
has
age and
to.
why not?
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have also a presence on YouTube. You're a member of a group called Weird Girls.
Yeah.
And so what do you do with Weird Girls?
I am the cosplay content contributor. We also talk about comic books. We have a girl talking about animation and Disney and Star Wars, since they're all kind of in the same realm. We have a girl talking about video games and doing Let's Plays and showing everybody the wonders of video games. And we have a group that has never played D&D before coming in and playing D&D.
That should be fun to watch.
Yes.
You guys play together a lot, a
Yes.
lot of sometimes online. Tell me what kind of games you enjoy.
Oh, the things. I really like playing Skyrim, and that I can put it down and come back to it later without having to worry about a subscription running. We also play a lot of shooters together. We play Borderlands. We play the Lego games together. Little Big Planet is so much fun.
How did you feel about that?
Well, I actually really loved Little Big Planet. It got to my heart because my favorite thing was I could dress up as like a little like the Russian hat, and like I had a frying pan, and I would just smack the crap out of everyone who'd play with me, including my wife. It was a really fun game. Oh, we played Civ together before.
Oh, yeah.
That
right,
was
Civ,
that
yeah.
was an
That
experiment
was-
in relationship building. We weren't on teams.
It was okay.
We picked a really bad map, and it was like nothing was happening. And
Everyone was just separated,
everyone
so
was
there was no
separating.
conflict.
But we also
and-
were steamrolling the computers, so we were like, "Oh, this is gonna come down between us." Like,
Yeah.
just no regard.
Like in a game of Risk, there's just no getting away from smacking each other.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like we wanted to kind of like
Exactly.
hold off on like destroying each other, but it wasn't gonna be possible.
All right, so playing online as a couple, and you're out in the big world. What are some of the challenges that you sometimes deal with in that space?
Sometimes I get creepers
Oh.
Yeah, that's
creeping
the
up on
worst.
me. I mean,
So
we-
you're playing as a female.
Yeah,
in the world.
playing as a female, and I would get like creepers following me around and like
Yeah.
flirting with me.
So how do
Yeah.
they know that you're nothing more than just the avatar, more than the avatar?
Yeah,
that's there?
exactly.
They have no
They
idea.
don't.
They
They
have
don't.
no
They
idea.
just do it.
I mean, because I play frequently as females. I will be
Do-
females.
And the creepers come up on you too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's weird.
I don't. I'm like okay.
What do you do?
I usually try to block them, get them away, report them. So I
So you get a taste of what it's like to be a lady.
Oh yeah. I've gotten it before. In particularly Halo. I
What?
can't remember which Halo it was because I don't own Halo. I only play at my friend's house, but I had an account at his house to play with him, and I didn't like the male avatars because they were really bulky, and I like to play as the females because I like not being as bulky, and I would get the most disgusting things. I'd be like, your mother would just die. She would die if you heard you speak like that.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you raised my ficus. Like, that's just, it's awful. And I totally get what women get in gaming, and I'm proud to say that I've never done that to anyone.
High five for that.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
I know.
So do you guys are using voice chat as well? Is that kind of how they can
Well, it depends what
glom
game
onto
it
you?
is.
Depends, yeah.
So with World of Warcraft, I don't use a whole lot of the audio unless it's with the guild.
Yeah.
It's all through chat.
And usually if guild, the people are vetted anyways, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I would drop a guild if they
Yeah.
started being sexist. or
Apparently
whatever.
that's happened. You
Yeah.
I've done it. I don't think I didn't bring you into that guild. I was checking it out first.
It's happened to other guilds before.
Yeah, we've dropped out before.
We're just like, guys. And I'll say something, be like, hey, that's not cool to say that. And then they continue. It's just like, ugh, whatever, I'm gone. I just don't have the time or energy to deal with that. I'm not going to surround myself by that negative space because I go to play a game to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't have fun if someone is being sexist or harassing me or just being a jerk in
Yeah.
general.
well, you've actually tried confronting people when you've encountered this. How does that gone?
It never goes well. It never goes. It always devolves into name calling, and they don't know that I'm really good at that, so it's unfair for them. But
Well, and you don't take it personally either.
Oh yeah, I think the best thing is you're gay is what I get, and I'm like, well, that's not an insult. So
So then
I'm like, what do you want me to say to that? Okay, you think I'm gay, but I'm not, but I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What does that change in the situation?
So obviously there's a lot of adolescent, pre-adolescent stuff going on here.
Yeah,
What about adults? Have you been able to recognize and identify when adults are doing this thing?
Yeah, that's the saddest moment is when you know someone's old enough
to know better.
to be a decent human being and they're not, and it's just it's very sad when you realize, yeah, this is probably a 30-something who works at a corporate place and deals with women in the workplace, and that scares
That's
me.
scary.
That scares me because if you are in a position of power over women, and this is how you would treat a perceived woman.
Yeah.
Oof.
How do you treat someone
do
you actually know is a woman in
Yeah.
real life?
So here's a question. The concept of video games is being able to participate in aggression that we never would in real life. Sure. Do some of these people, like a 30-year-old office worker, think that sexism is a part of that opportunity to express that they would never do in real life? I mean, what's going on there?
Psychologically, I hope not. I hope not that they feel a need to attack the opposite sex. It's one thing to be like, I just want to shoot something, that's not real. That's cool. I understand that blowing off steam, because I do the same thing. I went home the other day frustrated from class, and I was like, I'm going to play Watch Dogs, watch Doges, and just crash all the cars, blow up all the things. And then that was my release, but I did not actively seek out women and kill them. That's not
I think what you're trying to say is when you play the game and you're physically aggressive, it's different than verbally attacking an actual human being.
Yeah.
Because there is that separation of this is digital and I can blow off steam here without hurting a human being.
Right.
From I will verbally attack this person and harass them and make their life a living hell for this moment. There is a difference.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy with video games and violence and aggression in video games, but they're two completely separate things, being aggressive in a video game to an NPC and being verbally aggressive to an actual human being.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in Star Citizen?
I think the whole idea that the physics is going to be incorporated is very exciting, because I think you mentioned that they're really going for the 6-axis control, which I will die a lot doing that, but I'm going to do it a lot.
Well,
You'll
it's
have so much
asteroids
fun
in 3D,
doing it.
and so
asteroids in 3D, and so I'm going to be spinning around in complete circles. And
you're going to be
just
doing a
crash.
death blossom wherever you are.
Oh yeah, it's going to be my signature attack move.
I love that you already know how you're going to play this and you're just like, oh, let's do it.
Let's die a
let's
lot.
So Kelly, you're not a big fan of space games,
Right.
but there's a lot of things that space games can offer. What would attract you to a space game?
I really love loot. I love stealing things, and I hear that there's a pirating system in it.
There's pirating, there's also big exploration. Any interest in the social aspects of a persistent universe in space?
We're kind of antisocial people.
Sometimes playing online
Can be stressful.
It can be, just because of the social aspect of, like, I don't know what to expect in a community, especially when it's new and I don't know anybody there. I don't know how well they play with each other. But I'm also very concerned whether they will be welcoming to women players.
Sure.
We'll see how that goes. I don't know. That's why I play Skyrim, because it's
Right.
MMO stress-free.
That's right.
Yeah, so, chat.
Could be interesting. Really depends on the community. Like,
Sure.
I'm pretty sure Star Citizen should be pretty cool about everything. I mean,
should be.
most people like
There's
spaceships.
a lot of good people in
I
here.
have
Like, it's like,
space.
people like spaceships. Like, you know,
Can I turn chat off if I need to?
I bet you can. I mean,
You
if that's not a
usually can,
feature,
right?
hey, feature I want.
There's a lot.
Turn
There you go.
chat
There you have
off.
it. Turn chat
Just
off
put a
and
post-it
persistent
note
universe.
over it.
Yeah, that's always, whenever I see new MMOs starting and they don't have that, and I'm like, you really don't like your fans.
Aw.
Because, you know, you get those things where people will just like, someone help me, and you're just like, I don't want to help you.
I'm too busy going for the loot. I don't
And me,
have time
I'm just like, let me help you get the loot.
Oh, I've been down so many rabbit holes helping people that it's not even funny.
Oh, you're jaded by it now?
Oh, I'm so jaded by it. I'm like, I'll help people, like, if I'm there, but, like, if you're across the world, like, good luck, buddy.
Well, listen, I'd like to thank you both. Great to have you both on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
You know, a number of our friends in Europe have expressed their interest in my attending Gamescom this year, and unfortunately that trip is a wee bit out of our budget right now. Perhaps after we get the show up running a little bit longer and get our sea legs under us, we can make a go of it next year. So thank you to everyone for your well wishes. Now what to do with those 3 RSI event reservations? You know, we've really had a great time bringing you these first 4 episodes, and well, of course, how could we not? I've become so much more handsome since I had my teeth straightened and my head filled with hot air that, What?
Something's gone haywire here.
That's probably a loose connection.
Can you fix it?
Yeah. Yeah. So what do we want him to say?
Oh, let's have him tell the fans to give us a raise.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. All right.
Okay, and action.
You know, I really feel the creative team deserves so much credit for making this show happen. I'd like to triple their salaries. If you'd like to help, become a Patreon backer today and enjoy the benefits of supporting a show by and for the fans. If you prefer to support the show with a one-off payment rather than being billed monthly, reach us at pledge@galacticinquiry.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get a ping each time we publish a new video. Or keep in touch through your favorite social portal. Links to Galactic Inquiry sites may be found on our website and in the YouTube description block below. This show belongs to the Star Citizen community, so be sure to give us your feedback on our Galactic Inquiry subreddit. And of course, the centerpiece of our show is fan creation. If you have something cool to share, send it to us, and if it doesn't suck, we'll show it. And remember, we're listening.